the examination, I noticed if you really practice and you really give your time in order for you to pass the exam, it will really stop at 60 or at the lowest number of items that it gives. But as for me, I think it was justifiable that it stopped at 90 because I didn't really follow the system of studying. So it really reflects. But I'm not complaining. I still passed and I'm still very thankful for that.
And congratulations very much for passing. Even though it didn't stop at
Thank
60,
you.
at least you still passed, and that's the most important
Yeah,
thing. So AJ,
exactly. Yeah.
you mentioned that you first used UWorld and you have
Yeah.
known your weakness through UWorld. So how were you able to identify your weakness through using UWorld?
So UWorld itself gives you or identifies your weakness. And
Mm-hmm.
I used the app on my phone. So I was just constantly on my phone answering questions all the time when it was February. And yeah, so entire month of February, I was answering UWorld. And after I answered it, it showed they sort of have like a percentage for each concept in nursing.
Mm-hmm.
So it showed that I really need to study basically on maternity and child nursing because I
Mm-hmm.
had a low percentage on that. And yeah, I had really difficulty on like the portograph and then even before, like, I don't know, the milestones as well.
It's not
It's
really
really
your
difficult.
forte.
Yeah, it's not really my forte, unfortunately.
That's how
A
unique your
lot.
NCLEX is because wherever your weakness at, so it gives you more questions than that. That's why we are suggesting others that if you have identified your weakness, then you have to focus on that because that's where
Yeah,
your NCLEX will give you more questions. Know where you are really good at and to know where you are weak at.
yeah, it's really smart, isn't it? The examination.
So you mentioned, Sir EJ, that you started with UWorld and then you supplemented it with Saunders. So meaning to
Yes, yeah.
say, you didn't read all the chapters in Saunders, only those that you find like not so good at UWorld,
Yeah,
and then you supplemented it with Saunders. Is that the way that you did it?
yeah, I did it that way, but don't get me wrong, it's not just maternity and child that I am weak at. There are certain concepts as well, deeper concepts within a concept that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really familiar as well, like how to handle pick lines, those things like that, the minor things like that, that might not be so obvious. I also studied that because apparently I'm not really good at it. I just known that when I took the UWorld exam.
Mm-hmm.
So I also read more in Saunders about that. And then I think I had like 1 week before May 1, which was my second schedule to study again. And then I wanted to study Saunders like in depth. I mean, I really wanted to study it front to back, but I'm just not a reader, to be honest with you. Like when I was at school, I only studied for the grades. Like yeah, I'm the type of person who studies before the exam. So, but I try my best as well not to flank, to really do well. So that's why I try to invest as much as possible. But if you ask me to like read for fun, I'm not gonna. Sorry, I don't want to like people out there who do enjoy reading, but I'm just not that person. So I tried doing that and I just ended up not doing it.
That's why it's also important, AJ, that one has to know and one has to evaluate what would be the best thing that is effective for him or her, isn't it? Because
Yes,
if it's not
definitely.
effective for someone, then why you have to go that way? So you have to
Yeah.
know how can you best learn on things and how you
Mm.
can easily understand the things. Like smart studying. They call it
Yes.
studying smart.
Yes.
So if you can advise, Sir EJ, to our viewers, how long would you recommend them to study?
If you're aiming to pass the exam and you're aiming to stop at 75, because that's the normal now, 75 to 67, I think. If you wanted to stop at 75, I think you need to study for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say you'll be able to finish Saunders. You'll be able to finish UWorld, Mark Limick, and La Charity. I think those four are really important in order for you to like have like be sure that you're gonna pass.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say. What I did was a bit risky, and I did that partly because I'm working. I wasn't on annual leave that time before March 27, but I didn't do overtime as well. So I just really made use of the available time I had to study. And I know that I'm not gonna finish Saunders and UWorld and Mark Limek and La Charity within less than 3 months. Also, you need to be smart in studying. You need to make sure that you're not gonna get bored when you study, because when you get bored, you're just gonna sleep. And then nothing's going to be retained in your head.
You mentioned about boredom. So how were you able to combat to fight with your boredom?
So I actually like answering questions. That's why
Mm.
I answered UWorld first.
Mm.
It made me more alert in studying, and then
Mhm.
the explanation or the rationale after each question in UWorld is very comprehensive, which really helped for me to review the old concepts that I may have forgotten before. So it really helped. With Saunders, I think just because of the thought that you're using a book to study makes you sleepy, so it's not really going to be effective, not unless you're used to it, not unless you are really a reader.
Mhm.
So which I'm not. So that's why I used my phone instead to study. With La Charity as well,
Sir AJ, there's a lot of applicants nowadays who had the same experience as you are. Like the examination was already scheduled and then it was cancelled and then scheduled again and was cancelled again. What would you advise to them in order for them not to lose their motivation to pass the NCLEX based on your experience? Because you experienced the same way.
so I really had a goal. So I still got the paper here. So June 6, I realized that I really wanted to be USRN.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that on a piece of paper, and then I placed it on top of my cabinet. I put it on the wall so that every time I wake up, I'll be able to read that. And it said Arnulf John Mosqueda, my complete name, RN, UKRN, USRN. And daily it reminded me what my goal was. And it really helped. So just knowing what you really want is really helpful, and to be focused on what you want to achieve. Don't lose hope, because if you really want it, it will show, and you will really work hard for it, and eventually you will get it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
make it very visual to yourself, isn't it? So that you will be reminded every day, this is what I want to
Yeah.
happen. And it will
Yeah.
happen in God's
It
grace.
will happen. Yeah. So it was I put it down already. I wanted to clean my room a little bit, but I still got it. I didn't throw it away because it sort of will remind me later on. I keep it like somewhere in my closet. It will remind me later on that once you just set a goal, it will really happen if you put your hard work into it. And this is one thing as well, prayer. I always prayed every night, even when I was still not processing it, even way back in, let's say, 2017, before I came here. I already prayed that hopefully someday I'll be able to become a USRN. And yeah, when I got the result from you, you were the one who emailed me. It was 2 hours before my night shift. I literally cried because I just couldn't believe it. The exam was so hard. It was constructed in a simple way. The questions, the words that they used were really simple, but if you did not encounter the concept, you're not going to be able to answer it. And there were a lot of concepts that I did not encounter. And I was just praying afterwards that hopefully I'm going to be able to pass. And I did my best. I did all that I could, given the time. So I just hoped for the best. And then I tried to be positive along the way. So yeah,
Like
and
clear
it paid
vision.
off.
So it's like clear vision, and then another
Yeah.
determination, and then the last
Yeah.
one is prayer. So
Yes.
with this all combined, you will be able to achieve your goal.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So now that you are already in UK, Sir EJ, I'd like to know why you still want to go to the USA. Because others are dreaming to go to the UK and work in the UK. But with your experience, why do you still want to transfer to the USA?
I guess it's because of my dream before.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been it's such a cliche, but I've always been a dreamer. I'm very ambitious when I was still in school. And whatever I set my mind into, I really want to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a good thing.
and yeah, yeah, but don't get me wrong, I wanted to be a UKRN as well,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm,
the dream of being a USRN came in first.
mm,
And I just wanted to make it happen. I just want like also to prove myself that I could do it,
mm-hmm,
even though there are struggles along the way. And yeah, I know that this doesn't finish here. Just because I passed the exam doesn't mean that I'm gonna be able to go there right away. And I'm actually not planning to. I'm planning to go there, but I'm not planning anytime soon because I
mm-hmm,
still want to enjoy being here. I want to enjoy the experience, especially after COVID is finished. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that comes along the way when you are in UK. You're going to be able to, as what you've seen with other people who are living here, they are able to travel to European countries easily, which is true. It's really easier to travel there. It's pamasahe or the
fair.
amount of money, yeah, the fare that it costs for you to like travel from London to, let's say, Paris, because that's the first city
Destination.
that the most Filipinos that are UKRNs go to. It's just like 40 to 50 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So when you convert that, it's gonna be less than 10,000 pesos, I believe.
Mm.
So it's just like going to from Davao to Manila back and forth, right? So it's not that expensive. Like it makes you realize that if you just have your family here, you
Mm-hmm.
could actually bring them there and it's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be that expensive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So it's coming to UK is like your first step, but your
Yeah.
dream really is to go to the USA.
US, yeah.
Thank you, Sir EJ. Let's talk about the process, Sir EJ. How did you find the processing given to you by IPASS Processing? Was there any conflict or any feedback about the processing that you have experienced with IPASS?
Given the time difference,
Mm-hmm.
I think all of you responded to it quite well. If I have concerns, I would message you in Messenger, and then you would respond right away. You would reply like within 24 hours, which was really helpful. And I didn't really experience any trouble within the 6 months of processing before my APT arrived, which was really great because I was a little busy here as well because of my current work. So I can ask my parents who are quite old already to process all my stuff in the Philippines. I didn't wanna bother them. And I also I wanted it to be a surprise for them, but unfortunately they had to know. I told them I'm actually gonna take the exam next month. I told them last February, and then I had to update them that it got canceled, and then it canceled, and eventually I was able to take it. So I really did not encounter any struggle, to be honest with you, which was really good. The only struggle was probably the rescheduling,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't really help that because there's a current pandemic going on. But other than that, it was a really smooth process, I'd
Mm-hmm.
say.
So how did our customer service staff assisted you? What can you say about how they?
I was very thankful, especially when the pandemic happened, because they offered my psychometrician
Mm-hmm.
to check up on me, which was very thankful. And I think it was Sir Neil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember his name. Called me, and he called me at the right time because I told him this as well. I was feeling down that time just because I had a number of things going on, and then my exam got canceled and I really wanted to finish. I mean, not all, but I had like problems with friends as well because they noticed that I'm not really engaging that much, and that's probably because I was really focused with the exam. And then the exam got canceled. I was like, oh my god, why did this happen? I mean, why? Like I just wanted to get finished so I'd be able to get on with my life to
Mm-hmm.
become to socialize again. And then I love to go out as well with friends, like to have drinks and those stuff. And I didn't do that for 3 months just to prepare for the exam. I really set my mind to pass the exam, and I did not involve myself in any social events just for it. And for it to get canceled, I got really crushed because I want it to be, sort of normal again. But yeah, I just thought to myself that there's a reason why. And Sir Neil called at the right time because I was feeling really down, and he really helped me in like realizing what's more important, and that's to just remain focused and just keep on being positive and just pray that eventually everything will be all right. And then I know that it's not completely normal, but we just need to keep being positive. And so yeah, they really helped me a lot in making me more calm along the process.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to know that, Sir AJ. I truly understand how you felt because on my experience, I also failed my NCLEX on my first try. And then during
So
my,
did you?
yes, I only passed the NCLEX on my second try. So
Mm.
for you, it was like rescheduling concerns, like rescheduling
Yeah,
and there was somehow you lost the momentum because of the
yeah.
rescheduling because of the pandemic. But then on my experience, my struggle was like I really failed the NCLEX, so like how I'm
Mm.
going to make it, and then I have done everything, and then why did I make it? So
Mm.
there's a lot of struggles going on. So sometimes it really takes a lot of sacrifice as well because if
Yeah,
you're preparing for this exam, this somehow is really very challenging. Like it's different apart from other examinations that we have encountered. So sometimes you really have to sacrifice your time,
yeah.
your dedication, and you
That's true.
mentioned you didn't socialize with your friends for about 3 months, and they are already
3 months.
questioning what's going on with you. Why are you not being the same as before?
Yeah,
So,
I was
so
very aloof, which was weird, not only for them but for me. Because
but
if they asked me to go out, I would immediately say yes.
so now you can already go back, go back
Yeah, but
to
unfortunately,
socialize.
we still have the COVID pandemic, so it's not really possible, isn't it?
So after the COVID, it will already be back to normal, and we will pray for that. So,
Yes.
Sir AJ, the last question that I have is if you're going to describe IPASS to your friends and colleagues, how would you describe IPASS?
IPASS for me was really helpful in processing my documents, and I've actually recommended it to a lot of people already. I told them to just message them in Facebook, in Messenger, because they will automatically respond for the next 24 hours because they are in the Philippines. So you really need to give them time to respond. We have a time difference, but they will respond. A lot of people got really enticed after me passing. So I just told them what my secret was in processing my documents, because obviously that's the problem when you are here and then
Mhm.
you cannot process your documents yourself in the Philippines. And I told them it's IPASS who did it. They really made it easy. I started last year in June, and then my ATT arrived January. So it's not really that long, isn't it, to process in order for my ATT to arrive. And so I would say that it's really a helpful agency if you have a dream to become a USRN. And I'm still going to avail your services because I'm still going to go through a lot of things as well. But I was really happy to make the choice of choosing you as an agency for my papers to be processed.